Hello everybody, welcome to the Great Entertainer Show. Today, we're gonna be reacting to Llama Arts thing, whatever. This thing is made by Llama Arts, a YouTube channel, if you can figure it out. We're at YouTube today, and we're gonna be reacting to this thing. So, it's called The Roommate. I have no idea what it is. And yeah, let's go.
Looking for a new roommate is always a daunting task. Even though you interview and take the time to get to know that person, you don't truly find out who they are until you start living with them. I had begun searching for a roommate after I decided to leave my current residency. I was contacted a couple of hours after placing an ad on the Facebook Marketplace. The message read,
"Hey Chris, I'll be moving out of my current apartment this August and I'm looking to room with someone new, as my roommates are moving to California this year. I'm 27
Look at this dude's eyes, god dang it.
and I'm currently going to school. When I'm not at school, I enjoy hiking and watching movies. I also apprentice at a taxidermy shop on the days I don't have class. Hope that's not weird.
Why is this face so awkward?
It's always been a fun hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Have a great day, Lunaire."
my first and most obvious reaction
This dude surely looks depressed.
after reading the message was to check her profile. She was of medium height, had long, messy blonde hair and green eyes.
Okay. Go on.
In her profile picture, I saw her standing with a man and a woman shoulder to shoulder. They each adorned goofy grins and held up peace signs.
A man and a woman. Okay.
Under the photo, the caption read, "Love my roommates." I smiled to myself and decided to send her a message back. The
What's that?
sun beat down on us as we hoisted various objects to the second floor of our new apartment. It took us a couple days to get everything out of the moving trucks and into our new place, but as soon as we did, a wave of relief washed over our sweat-drenched and sore bodies.
Look at this dude. If I was to say something, she looks kind of having a crush on him. Not a scientist, but hey,
After a couple
no problem with that actually.
more hours of rearranging, we each grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat on the porch. We reminisced about old 90s cartoons and what video games we obsessed over as kids. And as the sun started to set, I truly felt relaxed and confident that things were going to work out. A week later, I started a new job for a construction company that was owned by a good friend of mine.
Okay, so this dude after that hanged out with the girl, the gal, whatever,
As I was
and after that he got a job, and he's now gonna go to the job.
getting ready, I heard the front door swing open. I walked into the living room to see Lunaire and her friend David sliding in a large box. "What you got there?" I asked.
We have deep web things.
With a restrained grunt, she replied,
I bought a freezer to store some of the animals I'm planning on using in my taxidermy work.
You bought a freezer to plan on storing some of the dead body parts of this dude.
I hope that's alright.
I was obviously hesitant at first, as there was no mention of this happening in the first place, but I eventually accepted and returned to my room to continue getting
That's the freezer you're gonna be stored after you're dead.
ready for work. I came home at around 9 p.m. after having a couple of beers with friends and noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the lower part of the pantry.
That is the freezer? I think that box was way bigger.
A low hum could be heard reverberating off of the inner
Okay, go on.
walls. I was curious to see what was inside, but didn't want to intrude on Lunaire's business, so I went into my room
You didn't want to intrude the body parts.
and changed into more comfortable clothing. After changing, I came back out into the kitchen and started
Yeah? What is this? What is
making a
this?
sandwich. I opened the fridge and grabbed what I needed. As I turned around, I stubbed my toe on the edge of the
Ouchie.
island countertop and let out a long, exasperated grunt. Through my frustration, I slammed the fridge door shut and checked my toe to see if there was any bleeding. As
Not apparently.
I raised my head back up, I was greeted by a shadowy figure. Lunaire was standing in the doorway leading to her room, with
Okay, go on.
darkness behind her almost
And she jumped you.
seemed to envelop her.
Is everything okay?
She said in a deadpan tone.
She said like, I'm so bored of life. Is everything okay? God dang it.
Shit, yeah, I'm sorry. I just slammed my toe into the corner of the countertop as I was making a sandwich. I hope I didn't wake you,
It's fine.
she said.
Okay. She weirdly looks like she wants to go to sleep. Or she's a zombie. Or both.
In the same deflated tone as before. She then turned around and walked back into the darkness of her room. I could tell that she was pissed, so I quietly made my sandwich and retreated back to my room as well, only hearing the low hum from the freezer as I closed my door. I had the next day off, so I was able to sleep in a little longer than usual.
Does this dude have 4 fingers? Well, I guess both of his fingers were cut off because of going and hitting fridges always.
Well, when I finally emerged from my room, I walked into the kitchen to make breakfast. As I opened the refrigerator, I noticed that the light wasn't turning on and there was a lack of cold air escaping from inside. I turned around and flipped the light switch to confirm my suspicion. Sure enough, the power was out.
Yay.
Damn it, I muttered under my breath. I walked over to Lunaire's room and knocked on her door to tell her about the power outage if she didn't already know, but there was no answer. I then remembered that she had classes that day and probably wasn't home. I walked back to the kitchen and past the pantry. As I did, I slipped on the floor but was able to catch myself on the countertop. What the?
Why does this dude always go and fall? God dang it, why is he always falling down for some reason?
I angrily exclaimed as I looked down at the floor trying to figure out what I had slipped on.
Oh,
It was blood. It had started to leak from the corner of the freezer and pool onto the floor. I quickly tried to open the freezer to find out the cause
Kelly
of
Lowe.
this liquid, but then I noticed that it had a padlock attached to it.
hello.
I don't remember seeing that before. I ran out to my car and grabbed my toolbox from the back seat. I approached the freezer and set my tools down on the nearby countertop.
It's time for us to do some science. What can break this padlock? 1. A hammer. 2. A flamethrower. 3. A screwdriver. What is he gonna use? Somehow it's gonna open or something, I don't know.
I then pulled out a small pair of bolt cutters and snapped through the metal of the padlock. It fell to the ground with a large thud.
Can bolt cutters do that? I don't know.
I creaked open the top of the freezer and was greeted with a putrid stench that permeated my nostrils. I
Ouchie
quickly pinched my
douch.
nose and walked away gagging in response. I guess I should have realized that was gonna happen, I muttered to myself in between gags.
Yup.
After gaining my composure, I grabbed some gloves from under the sink and started taking inventory. I could see a couple of dead birds and plastic bags wedged into the corners of the freezer.
What the heck is that?
I took each bag out and set them in the trash can nearby.
You shouldn't.
When I noticed that the blood was coming from the corner of the larger black bag.
Oh no.
I don't know why, but I decided to open the top of the bag and peer inside. I was greeted by large, milky white eyes, a swollen black tongue surrounded by cracked and bloated lips, and the matted hair of a human head. I swiftly dropped the bag and fell backwards onto the floor. My breathing had ceased to exist, and I grabbed the trash can
God.
next to me and expelled my disgust into it.
Okay.
I then ran out the door, got into my car, and called the police. As I sat in the interrogation room with a blanket over my shoulders, I couldn't help but think about the face I'd seen. It looked so familiar. That's when it finally hit me. I pulled out my phone
Yeah, it was her ex-roommate.
and looked at Lunaire's profile picture. It was her old roommate, the one she said was moving to California. When the detective entered the room, she started the questioning process, asking me if I started noticing any weird behavioral occurrences around the apartment.
You know, at first, this is gonna have a hard time saying that, and explaining the detective. He would be like, Mr. Detective or Mrs. Detective. Look at this picture. That's what I found. Also, that's what I experienced last time. That's them.
Yeah, I stubbed my toe the other day and she creepily stood in the doorway. It seemed like
Yeah. The toe tapping is the worst thing ever.
she was pissed, but for some reason I had a strange feeling like she was concerned about something. That's when I connected the dots. She didn't come out into the kitchen because she heard me stub my toe. She came out into the kitchen because she thought I slammed the freezer instead of the fridge. A cold
Yup.
sweat started to form on my forehead as my surroundings became blurred. I could hear a low whine slowly starting to cover up the words of concern from the detective. As my vision started to clear, I could see another officer enter the room and whisper something into her ear as he handed her a piece of paper. "Do you have somewhere you could stay at?" she asked. "I mean, I was planning on staying with my parents. They live about 30 minutes outside of town." "Okay," she paused. "Listen, I don't want to worry you,
Okay. You freaked up, man.
but we found this picture inside of your apartment." She slid the piece of paper across the table, and I immediately felt like someone kicked me in the chest. The
Bam!
head of Lunaire's other roommate sat on the chair. In the background, scrawled on the wall in blood, read, "Love
Love my roommates. All of them. All of them are gonna die.
my roommates. All of them."
So, apparently, this was creepy deepy. And, so, I guess we're gonna react to another one, I guess, righty, guys? Right? So, let's see. Abduction horror story. Seems nice. Let's see what else is here. We're gonna go with this one. This one. Hello? This one.
My name is Josh Roberts, and it's been a year since I was abducted.
Hey, Josh.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking.
His name is Josh Walker. Wait a minute.
My name is Josh Roberts,
I am an alcoholic.
and it's been a year since I was abducted.
I have a disease and I don't know what to call it. But
I remember it like it was yesterday.
also, my girlfriend broke up with me. That's the story.
I was walking home from school. It was about 6 p.m. and there was a full moon and a chill in the air. I stepped off the bus, and for the first time, someone else got off with me.
Okay, go on.
I'd never seen this new kid at school before. I could hear footsteps behind me. I took a quick glance and saw the kid walking at a brisk pace. I thought,
Okay, what do you do now? You hit his neck and then you snap his neck. And then you kill him painfully and slowly for trying to abduct you.
he was following me, so I took a left, which wasn't my usual route. I
Okay.
looked around again and saw him take the same left. My heart started pumping and my legs started shaking at the sound of
Okay.
the footsteps as they got louder and faster. I then panicked and started running. I remembered a shortcut in the nearby forest to my neighborhood,
Clever.
so I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. "Hey kid, wait up!" said a heavy voice from behind me.
You freaking got a ranga, dang it.
I tried my hardest not to stumble on the logs and boulders in my path. I could hear the sound of sticks and leaves being broken by some fast, heavy footsteps. My legs started throbbing as the adrenaline wore off, so I took a deep
You better watch out. You better get the heck out of there, or you're gonna die.
towards a playground. I stopped to catch my breath, looking around for somewhere to hide, then went silent. I was doubtful that I lost him. I took my phone out to call the police when I spotted a local news article. "Caution, there is a suspicious man on the loose. He escaped the local prison and assaulted an officer. Beware, he may look like a teen, but he is in his 20s. If you see him, call 911 immediately and lock your door." My mind started rushing with thoughts, and I started to panic. All of a sudden, someone started choking me with their arm. I tried to fight back.
Oh no. No, no. You're gonna die, horrible death.
But they were so strong, I didn't stand a chance. My feelings of hope began
Bite his arm.
to diminish as I slowly
Hit his head, fight. Kick his balls.
blacked out. I awoke to find myself in a dark, damp room that looked like a basement.
Well, goodbye, you're dead.
The floor was hard and cold. There were no windows, but there was a staircase and a bathroom.
You are tied up.
But I was tied up with a thick rope. Yeah, I got him. And what
The rope is thick.
was the deal? 200? Listen, you gotta do a little better than that. Okay, fine. You'd better bring the right amount, or you'll be tied up like that kid. What? Are they selling me? The guy-
Oh no. Oh no. You know, the rope, you can cut it somehow.
I sounded mad and anxious with whomever he was talking to. Right after he hung up, he opened the door and walked down the stairs with an evil smile. "Let go of me!" I exclaimed as he taunted me. My arms
Okay, you can first ask what the heck is going on.
started to fall asleep due to the tightness of the rope. He came closer to me and I spat in his face. He looked at me in sheer rage.
Why are you doing that? That's why you don't do that.
The doorbell rang, followed by pounding on the door. The guy grabbed some tape and shut me up before I could scream for help. He slowly backed off, signaling me to keep quiet, and ran towards the front door. I looked
Oh heck no.
around, trying to see what I could use to untie these ropes. I spotted a rusty, sharp edge sticking out of the wall. This was my one hope. I successfully got up and tried with all my might to reach it. As I
Oh,
was trying to cut the rope from my hands, I could hear the commotion upstairs getting heated. I managed to free myself from the ropes when I heard
yeah, you did it.
the front door slam. The silence was terrifying. I was frozen in fear.
Oh heck no.
Footsteps started coming towards the door. I choked and
Go where
shuffled
you
back
are.
to my original position, arms behind my back,
Yep.
wrists tightly locked together. Now where were we? Said
This dude comes and you hit his neck and then you snap it and then you kill him and then you get out of there.
the man. He walked towards me, grabbed my ankles, and started dragging me when the phone rang. He dropped me instantly and charged upstairs. I wasn't going to lose this opportunity. I untied
Yeah.
my feet, grabbed the closest thing to me, and hid behind some boxes.
Okay.
"Now where did you go?" he said as he stampeded down the stairs. I heard him getting closer to where I was hiding. I
Yeah.
bolted up from behind the boxes and saw him checking the bathroom. As he
Oh,
walked
yeah.
out, I struck him over the head with a pole.
BAM!
He stumbled and fell to the floor. Crimson red pooled around his head.
You know, you should get the knife that he has, you stinky brainer.
I ran upstairs and out the front door. I stumbled my way to the closest house, screaming. A woman thankfully opened the door. She was shocked and fearful when she saw me. The police were called and I was rushed into the hospital.
Yep.
They're still looking for that man, even to this day.
Oh, frick no. Well, that was scary. If you pooped your pants today, well then you're a whiny baby. Well, let's keep watching. I do not know. I do not have any idea. I think it was enough poop punching for today. I didn't really get scared in any way, shape or form. God dang it. So that's it for today's video. Like, share and sub, or this dude will come for you next. Yeah, he will. Don't test him. Don't test him. Like, share and sub. You did it. I know you didn't do it, Timmy. I know you didn't. Same goes for you, Timmy. Didn't you think that I would know about you? Imagine somebody, I actually said these names at random. Imagine somebody called Timmy or Timmy watched this video and don't like. But I know, no matter what your name is, I know if you will, I know if you don't. I'm gonna get this guy to end you if you don't. YouTube, that's a joke. So, without further ado, like, share and sub. Remember it. And keep watching my videos. Goodbye. Okay? Goodbye, guys.